What actually is, and knowing that it is far less important, though, than what works and what that we are to trust in that works for us best. And then that's much of a question of discovery and finding out. What do you find works best? Do you find, if you don't trust your husband, the marriage doesn't last long? Is it best, therefore, to trust hubby? Or is it just futile and crazy because it gives him opportunity to abuse your trust and you turn a blind eye to it? These are sort of the real situations that people find themselves in. Do I get married? But if I do, then I'm risking tying up my future in some legal way that affects your wealth situation and so on. Or do we avoid long-standing relationships that could be held against us in that sense? If you don't commit, you don't invest. If you don't invest, it's highly likely that the relationship won't last. You don't have to be a master of logic to come to this conclusion, do you? You simply tell by observation of what goes on around you. If you don't trust your friends, they don't trust you, and, well, you don't really have a friendship. And then you are very much the poorer, because a lot of the things we do, it's a consequence of joint action, which is very difficult if you're not in a friendship situation. We substitute a formal world situation, legality and contract agreements and penalty clauses, and it's a nightmare of costs to enforce and imperfections. So we find intangible things, or what we might call things of the mind and of the spirit and so on, values, and things like notions of trust, confidence, integrity, incredibly important to us, not to mention things like peace and joy and meaning to life. Major importance to our happiness and welfare. No wonder then we can't handle the problem of maximizing welfare in our society. For we'd have to measure many quite intangible things that are cardinally important to us. Hope is one of them, isn't it? We don't know how to make some valuation of life. We just know it's of value. And we surmise in what way it is of value to those around us. And our conclusions, our judgments are accordingly major in affecting our future happiness and welfare. So we seek a belief system that seems to come to our rescue the most. We're very pragmatic. Some, through observation and experience of some extremely bad religion, have opted for no religion at all. And then find that society has to bring in an artificial substitute, which we might call political correctness. Because we do need to regulate these areas of our life. Ethics, principles, and the state tries to substitute laws and imposition. In short, we can't ignore values, beliefs, questions of character, wants and desires. In short, it's a society of persons, not a collection of material objects. In short, the body only has significance in terms of the person occupying